All right, Jeremy, I'm going to let you go ahead and take off with this.
All right. It's like he's trying to reach in for collar control.
Surprised me a little bit when Solecki came out that he was holding on to his own lapel to make sure that Joey wouldn't actually grab it. Solecki looked to be untucking the lapel.
Oh, excellent triangle attempt. Good jumping triangle by Solecki.
Carroll has the arm out, looking to get back center.
Now Carroll's doing a really good job of keeping him pressed up against his cage, not allowing him to turn his hips over for that the arm bar or the triangle. Solecki is showing some excellent wrist control. Good sweep.
Solecki is really, really versatile. Actually getting inside control after fighting Carroll's feet away.
Joey really needs to get off the flat of his back and really get on a hip, start some maneuvering. Solecki's just walking around, able to pin that arm up. Solecki's got that far side arm pinned.
And Solecki swings around, take the back.
It's an excellent transition. Seems like Solecki's trying to search in there for that bow and arrow choke.
Solecki's doing a great job of continuing to feed and trying to fight for that submission, as well as Carroll's doing a great job of fighting off that leg and that bow and arrow choke.
And Carroll's got to hit something explosive right here to power through this. Solecki's just trying to reach over for that collar. I can't tell if he's got it.
Joey Carroll looking like he almost wants to turn back in, but that fact that Solecki has that collar in as deep as he does, keeping him from trying to get back into his guard.
I was like, so Dace got that. That was a nasty collar.
Great transitioning. Great transitioning.
Excellent match between both competitors. Joseph El Dingo Loco, Joe Solecki.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3 minutes, 4 seconds into the first round. Your winner, Joe Solecki.
Congratulations, Joe Solecki, on an impressive win over Joseph Carroll.
It was, absolutely was. The transition that Joe Solecki has, almost how seamless it was. There was no hesitation. He knew exactly what he wanted to go for and went for it every time. His execution was just pinpoint. There was no wait. It was all go, 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 go. No wasted movement, and you love to see that in a great jiu-jitsu practitioner. Gritty fighter, and it's going to be a brawl for 9 minutes. One thing I can say about the guys from the NC United Martial Arts is that they are gritty grinders. They do not quit. From their 125 champion Josh Smith all the way up to their heavyweight Boone Gordon, they all have owned titles in some form or fashion at one level and continue to thrive to become the best they possibly can.
This young man stands 5'6" tall. He weighed in at 137 pounds. His record going.
Seems to be some definite animosity between these two fighters.
Oh, absolutely. There is no love loss here. especially on Eric Martinez's side. There is no love lost. Every time he comes into the cage, he comes in with a chip on his shoulder.
And the Spawn is sitting at ringside.
Both these guys are super aggressive fighters. We'll see how this starts off.
Both men come swinging.
Eric Martinez with a nice takedown. Israel Mendoza looking to hold him down, having that overhook on that one arm, keeping him trapped, not giving him any room to really strike. And Martinez is really trying to push up.
Armbar. An armbar. They're ready to extend those legs out to really get leverage on that elbow.
That is a really good, really good counter. Go for arm support. Stacking right on top of that. Nice punch from Eric Martinez. Now Eric has Mendoza's back. Has a hook and a half in. Gets back center. He's high. Martinez riding really high, even though he has it rear naked. Mendoza has to get his back to the mat right here.
Yeah, he needs to be real careful. Martinez seems to have that arm trying to snake it in for that rear naked choke.
Absolutely, and he sticks it in. Mendoza needs to try and go 2-on-1 to peel off at least one of those hands.
One of the things about the rear naked choke is the longer you sit in it, the harder it is to get out.
Absolutely. But Mendoza does a great job of fighting out of that. And then taking Martinez's back. And then put it in the rear naked. But he has it in deep.
I like how Mendoza kind of sifted off to the side. Had a little crank into that.
Absolutely. Martinez is trying to fight out of it. Oh, it's in deep. It's in really deep. And we have the tap.
That was a very high-paced fight for both competitors.
Absolutely. And if you notice there, one thing I noticed while Mendoza had Martinez's back is Martinez had a blood gushing from his eye, but did not get hit one time. It actually happened when the transition, when Mendoza grabbed the rear naked and Martinez head planted against the mat.
Now, even with all the animosity between these two, Mendoza actually walked over to Martinez after the fight just to check on him. Even if these guys have bad blood after a fight, that's what it is. It's over, it's done with.
One thing I started to notice about the sport of MMA, sometimes we have nice guys that fight inside that cage. And in order to get themselves in that mentality of trying to knock somebody or choke somebody unconscious, you have to almost grow to hate that person. Now, as soon as that endeavor is over with, the last bell has rung, the referee gets ready to raise my hand, it's over. All the bad blood is gone. You know what? Anything that you built in your head to convince yourself that you have to hurt this person, all goes away.
Absolutely.
But that's a sign of a true martial artist. You don't have to, there's no grudge to be held on.
No.
After the show of brute force and brutality and skill, then you just let it go. Everything's been laid out there, and everything's ready to go. There's no reason to hold on to that any more than already was.
I think that the longer the sport continues to grow, you're going to see from the public eye, it's no longer just human cockfighting. It's actually turning into a sport, and the outside public is starting to recognize that.
Absolutely. When you start to see these guys start to mature and start to get better as martial artists, you start to see the difference between mixed martial arts of the mid-90s to mixed martial arts today. It is so disciplined. You have to sacrifice so much to be successful with this sport. Hats off to both young men. Congratulations to Israel, the Anvil Mendoza from NC United Martial Arts. And once again, another great showing for Eric Martinez as he falls from 0-3.